Welcome to Spicy Tales Podcast with Kim and Stacy.
Welcome back.
So I'm going to start off with my spicy tale right off the bat, and then we can update each other since we've been on a hiatus for a week. Sorry, guys. Because we have so many fans.
Oh, yeah. Like, everyone. I know you guys were, like, wondering
Right?
where we were.
Mom's like, where's the spicy
yeah,
tales?
mom is the only one who's like, how come you guys haven't released an episode? She's like, I want to know what's going on in your lives.
Oh my God. So this is a tale of using someone to make yourself feel better.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know. I felt really bad and it didn't last long, but I was in my 20s. And that's my excuse.
That's the excuse, eh?
So this was in 2019.
That's
Yeah,
not even
this
that long ago.
but I was in my 20s. I'm actually turning 31 this Sunday, March 5th. So if you guys could cash out, we don't have cash out.
I'm fucking dying. Just send the e-transfer. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So I met this guy. I'm not sure how I met this guy. I really don't remember how I met him.
He needs a name. What's his name?
I'll call him the Pisces man because he was a Pisces. I'm pretty sure his birthday was either my birthday
or like
2 days off or something like that. So he was a Pisces, and he's Haitian as well.
Oh God.
And I think actually what it was is he had added me on Instagram. I don't know how people add random people on Instagram that they don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
But like they're from their city. So
I don't accept any friend requests from anyone I don't know.
So I guess he reached out to me, and it was one of those days where I wasn't seeing anyone. I was bored. I'm just like, whatever. Like I wouldn't usually go for you, but like
Honestly, boredom
will get you in trouble.
I'm telling you.
So I agreed to hang out with him, and he was going to his friend's place. His friend had a pool. His friend was much younger than him. Like his friend was like 5 years younger than him. He was my age, and at this time, so this was 4 years ago.
So you would have been 27.
Oh my God, 2019 is 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy. So I would have been 27, and he was chill. Like I think I Ubered over, which is so funny because like some girls would be like, oh, like I'm not hanging out with a rando unless like they pick me up or they send the Uber. Like I'm down to go because I want to leave when I want to leave and whatever. So I took an Uber to his place or his friend's place, and it was cool. Like we drank. They were Haitian. They were all Haitians, which when you hang when you hang out with other Haitians, like it just
lit.
feels like family.
Also, it's lit. Like
it was a great time. Like his parents were there, and like I kind of felt like, damn, what would my mom say? Like I'm staying here. It's late. I'm the only girl. Not impressed, but the family was really
the Haitian
nice,
blood in her would be like
exactly. But it was the guy that I went to see, his friend, and then his parents. So we were drinking. Swimming, shouldn't be drinking and swimming, but whatever. And like we had a good time.
I'm sorry, you're not supposed to drink and swim?
Well, if you're drunk, like you might drown, but whatever. It wasn't that serious.
Oh, okay.
And then so we hung out, we had a good time. A few weeks later, I guess. So this must have happened in September or August, but he was just like, oh, I'm going to New York. Do you want to come?
I remember this.
So I was just like, yeah, sure. Like this guy was like, you don't have to pay for anything. We were driving there, which is annoying, a very Haitian thing to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, my friend is driving us. So I was kind of annoyed that I didn't know his friend because, like, I'm going to another country with people that I don't really know. But I'm in my 20s. It's summertime. Like, I'm bored. I don't care. So I went. And we had a good time. Like, we went to New York. We stayed at his family's house, which was more Haitians. I feel like I had a Haitian, like I feel like I went to Haiti instead of New York.
I'm fucking
because I don't think I spoke to one American there. I only spoke to Haitian people.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, it is New York, so like that's like.
And they were having their carnival there, and Jessie Woo was actually performing.
Yes,
but
I remember you telling me
I missed
this.
it because it was raining and we went late, and we didn't really know that there was a carnival going on that day until like later on that day. But we had a good time. I didn't sleep with this guy, and like we didn't even make out on this trip.
Thank God.
And so when we got back, this is a trip, by the way, where my sister messaged me saying like, "Mom found drugs in your room." Like that was the trip. And like he was a great guy. I kind of sensed that he was a little crazy, but like what Haitian man isn't?
Right? Yeah, like literally though.
And at the time I was also seeing that Jamaican guy, and like that was the person that I wanted to be with, versus this guy was just kind of like
First
a
of all,
pastime.
I feel like this happens to girls all the time.
Like
you always want the one that you doesn't want you, but then the one that wants you, you're like, bro, go away.
I love guys that don't like me, and then the guys that like me, like I don't like you. So
I definitely agree.
I hate that about me, but it is what it is. It's like I'm a guy. I like the chase.
Yeah, and then once the chase is over, I'm like, oh, God, you're annoying. Like, this is what I was working for? Like, Jesus Christ.
So, when we got back, obviously this guy wants to hang out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm, like, kind of, like, slightly ghosting him, fading out. This guy probably thinks...
you thing to do.
He probably thinks, like, oh, we went on a trip together. Like, yeah, sure, we didn't sleep together, but, like, we're on our way.
Oh, yeah, he's like,
this
is a vacation.
Like, you met my family. You held my, like, nephew.
I'm fucking... like, be fucking for real.
And I was like, I felt bad. At first, I didn't feel bad because I'm just like, whatever. We're just casually seeing each other. Like, I don't owe you anything.
I mean,
you offered. We had a good time. Like, the exchange was our energy, our good time. Like, it is what it is. And then... But slowly but surely, he just kept getting, like, more and more aggressive. So finally, I was just like, yeah, like, I need to just tell you that I don't see anything serious happening. And, like, it's just not going to work out. Like, I don't think we should talk anymore. And he went off on me, calling me a hoe.
You know, honestly, and I don't mean to interrupt, but every time a guy calls you a hoe, and I'm like, but it's always because I don't want to sleep with you.
Like, you literally wanted something more serious with me.
And I said, no, thank you. And now I'm the hoe. Like,
I'm a hoe.
If anything, you're a hoe. Why are you trying to sleep with me?
Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm trying to be honest right now. I could have easily ghosted your ass, blocked you, never see me ever again. Never hear from me ever again. But I felt bad because, like, you did bring me to New York. We did have a good time. But, like, I could just tell that you are really into me and I don't want to lead you on. And then all of a sudden, I could see a notification on my phone. This is all through Instagram. Unsend. I was
literally about to say this. I was like, is this the thread? This
guy literally unsent everything. Like, all the crazy shit that he was saying, he unsent everything. So it looked like I was basically kind of talking to myself. And so, like, that was it on Instagram. And then, like, maybe 3-4 months later, this guy's texting me. He's texting me, hey, how are you? Like, I forgot our last conversation. Like, people are really crazy.
If you're gonna... Okay. To be fair, I have done this a lot.
I've done it too.
But when I think about it, like, for the most part, if I send a message, like, I'm standing 10 toes down on that message. Like, I have definitely unsent a message. Usually I've
never unsent.
I've unsent the message if I know the person didn't read it yet, because I'm like, ooh, now you wild nose, take it back, you know, like, got a little, you know, so I take the message back. But this is before I know, like, the only way I'll do it is on Snapchat, because you have to open
send.
You could delete the message. It just says like a message was deleted. Yeah. But like it's because it's the only way I know you won't see it, because on your notification it doesn't open. Right. Like you can't see it. No, it's not like Instagram, right?
Where you can actually see the text.
That's the only time I've ever unsent a message, and it's because I knew the person didn't read it, and I had went a little, you know.
Yeah.
Lost my marbles a little bit, and I was like, let's reel it in. Like, let's just.
I felt bad for him because I saw me in him. That was the worst part. Like, I've been crazy before. I've liked someone and felt like we had this connection because I'm not gonna lie, when we were hanging out, we did have a connection, but once I was gone, I didn't have that connection, and I was just like, this was just for the moment in time. Like, I'm so sorry, but like, it wasn't gonna be more serious. And at this time, I'm like obsessed with someone else. Like, I actually should have just never talked to this guy because low key, I knew that it was never gonna be anything, but I never told him it was gonna be anything.
I mean, good on you for even like being honest, because like I don't know that
sometimes honesty will still get you in trouble, and
again, I don't know that I would have done that.
Message
like
back.
I would have probably just never responded, but like good for you, because like that's growth.
I know, because at that time I was ghosting people left and right, and
you still ghost people.
I don't know.
You ghost your own friend. Sometimes it says you read my message and then you never respond. I'm like, I'm your sister.
I'm not the best communicator.
Yeah, I know that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's in your nature to ghost people in general. So for you to even like be like, listen, I think we should talk about that. Like, that's really, like, that's a huge thing for you.
I thought I was doing the right thing. Anyways, this guy, so 3 months later, he's messaging me, hey, I don't answer. 2 months later, this guy was having a conversation with himself for like a good 6 months.
That's hilarious.
And I knew he was crazy. Like, you're a psychopath. So that's my spicy tale.
I mean, he was.
Like, and not to hate on your own, but he was a Haitian man, and I'm not surprised that all this went down. I'm not surprised. And he was like from Montreal. Like, it's just everything you check for the crazies, like he was that.
Yep.
So.
And I'm not surprised. Speaking of crazy, actually, you know who else is fucking crazy?
Who?
Chris Brown. Like, he's literally nuts. And I don't say this because of like the whole Rihanna thing. I mean, just in general, like even after the whole Rihanna thing, this man is crazy. Like how he freaking stalked Karrueche, like beating up women. Like, sir, take it down several notches.
So my sister's talking about Chris Brown. He went off. I think it must have been when I was in Mexico, like a couple weeks ago. It was like
literally last weekend.
And he basically, I think it happened because Chloe Bailey
has a song
with him,
yeah.
and black women were just like, oh, he's just using her to like get.
Well, I mean, not to be a hater, but it does seem like he doesn't fucks with black women.
Well, one, he's been accused of being a colorist, and she is light skinned, so at least like I guess, and she's also in his field, so they are making music together. She's like an upcoming artist. She's very talented. Like, I don't have a problem with her and him.
Nah, I don't give a shit.
Collaborating, because I heard a lot of people say this, and it's true. Like, no one was hating when he was collaborating with friggin' Drake. Like, people are trying to say like, oh, I don't support Chris Brown's music. I don't support Chris Brown, but like you support his music because No Guidance was like the biggest song when it came out. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, and I agree. Like, I mean, I personally, like, I could care less. Like, I don't really listen to R&B anyway, so I don't really care.
But then he put out there was this girl from 3LW. She like went off on him saying how like he's using black women and he has a lot of domestic violence cases, and I agree. And then he decided to just go off and be like,
but that's the thing. Like, okay, maybe her comment was like unnecessary, because like why do you like let the other if another black woman wants to work with him, that's between her and him. Like, it's none of your business.
Like, that's so the fair. Business.
But he didn't help the situation because he just attacked her, and it was just like, okay, like, everyone's entitled to their opinion on the internet. And of course, like, there's always going to be someone who doesn't like you for something that you did in the past. If people have, like, you can't, how long is he going to be punished for, right? Like,
I agree. How long?
But at the same time, it's like, it was not necessary for him to like insult how she looks, like making fun of how she, like her like gap in her teeth. Like, that was just like, you just look like a hater.
He is the type of guy that will respond back. So I don't know why.
She even bothered.
Why she even bothered? Why she was surprised? And she was actually like laughing. Like, she wasn't like sad about the way he was like disrespecting her.
I feel like she probably expected it.
And then on top of that, he was talking about like Blueface and Krishan. Like, why are you guys hating on me when you guys support like a bunch of domestic violence? And then he also proceeded to post a bunch of white males who have been violent against women who aren't canceled. And I agree. Like, society
But
picks
who
and
canceled
chooses,
him? He's still
and
out
that's
here.
the thing. He's not even canceled.
Like-
It's like you're just mad that people keep bringing up the Rihanna thing, and they're gonna keep bringing up the Rihanna thing till the day you die. Like, do you know who Rihanna is? Are you nuts?
Yeah.
Like, this is not just a girl from like Bad Girls Club or whatever. Like, this was at the time and still is like one of the biggest superstars ever. And we saw like the picture, like no one will forget the picture that they posted on TMZ.
Yeah,
of her
with
face
the bite mark on her head. Like, yeah, that was fucked up.
She was abused by like an NFL player with CTE. Like, come
literally, though.
So don't try and act like if you were anyone else but yourself, you would think
you would have been in jail, my man. Like you would
people
never.
People are still looking at you sideways. This guy said this happened when I was 17. It happened when you were 20, sir. I don't know why he tried to.
Yeah, I remember that too. He was like, I was 17. I was like, I was not.
This happened in 2009. I was 17.
I was 19.
So I don't know what you're talking about. Last time I checked, we're not the same age. And regardless of the fact you were aggressive afterwards, exactly, you had a girlfriend years later and you were still beating up and shit like that. Like, she probably hasn't even exposed half the shit that you've done. And I'm sure you were raised in an environment where there was domestic violence. Like, I'm not.
Okay, but which one? Who among us haven't?
And that's facts. Like, we all have our trauma and we have to heal. We have to better ourselves. And like, you just come off as a bitter person. Like you said, how are you canceled? You're on tour right now in Europe.
You're all over the place.
You're
People
still
love
a
you.
Superstar.
If anything, like, I feel like the best response would have just to be no response.
Exactly.
Like, honestly, and I don't like to always give them kudos because I swear people hate on that, but like the Kardashians know how to keep their mouth shut. Like Beyonce too. Like, even after the whole Solange thing in the elevator, we never got an
always
explanation.
In her music.
We never. You know why? Because it was none of our business, and I like that. Keep us out of your business, then people won't be out here talking shit about you.
And like I do understand that, like, to him, it's, I did this a long time ago. She forgave me. Like, they got back together afterwards.
I remember. But the thing is that, like, it's not even about what you did. It's the response that you give out when people bring it up.
The non-changed behavior. Yeah, that's like, how we know you're not.
You haven't healed.
Sorry.
You're not sorry. You're
not working on yourself.
Nope.
You probably have so many yes people around you.
Bro, he 100% would do it again. Like, I would not be surprised.
I would not be surprised
in the next 10 years that he beat up another person.
But I get feeling defeated when, like, you are trying to change and everyone keeps like throwing it in your face as well.
Yeah.
So I understand both sides, and also like people are looking at him like, yeah, you've never been canceled. I'm sure like there was a time where you were quiet, but ever since then you've had so many hits. People still support you. Artists still work with you. Like, to us, you haven't fallen off whatsoever. Sure, I'm sure you could have been even bigger. And because you're so talented, like, I'm not gonna lie, Chris Brown is so talented.
I think
like,
the biggest thing for him is that I think that he thinks because like major, like the Grammys and stuff like that, like they don't even consider him.
Yeah, he was supposed to perform and they no.
Yeah, so like I think that's where it's coming from. But like, those people can't, when they cancel someone, you're canceled. I'm sorry. That's just, but the black community never turned their back on Chris Brown.
And if anything,
we're keeping you here.
You're hating on the black community because we keep hearing stories about you hating on darker skinned women, rejecting girls at the club, blah, blah, blah.
Could you imagine?
And it's so crazy because I still love Chris Brown as an artist, but like the person is just, I'm not that big of a fan.
Yeah.
And I used to be a huge fan. Like Chris Brown and Rihanna came out at the same time. Like they were that couple. They were the it couple. I love them both equally. Rihanna just a little bit more, actually.
Obviously.
And then once he did that, like I was just honestly, like, of course upset, but I was so disappointed because it's like a black man's breaking through, becoming a superstar. Like the projection was just so high. And even at the time he was growing so like exponentially, and then to have that happen, and I get it, you were young, like the shit that I did when I was 20.
Yeah. Yeah, but I also never assaulted anyone when I never mind.
That's the thing. Like, if we were under a microscope since we were like 16 years old, like there would be messed up shit that we all have skeletons in our closets. So
no, and like I said,
I get where he's coming from.
I get that too, and like you said, like I said this earlier. Like, how long are you supposed to be punished for your past like offenses, but at the same time, it's like, it's hard to forgive someone who's like, yeah, I would do it again. I don't give a fuck all y'all.
And like, you're still so successful. Like, there are regular people that do those things and their lives are never the same. Like, you have the luxury to still be a millionaire. You can have any girl you want. Like, women still love you and you beat up a woman.
Yeah, that'll tell you
like, that's just about society.
Tell you a lot about women, because women be out here. Remember, like, even with Ted Bundy, oh, he looks so good looking. He murdered 70 women, bro.
And if Chris Brown was coming to Toronto, because, like, he hasn't really been able to come to the country because he's crazy.
Doesn't he have a felony charge?
Yeah, but he did go to Toronto for OVO Fest last year, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, like Drake, hooked it up. And
people need to
probably has Trudeau on
at this point it's starting to look like this, because wasn't there another
power?
I swear there was another artist who tried to come here and they got denied at the border, and Drake made it happen.
Drake brings in so much income to Toronto and Canada, and
he can do no wrong.
Raptors and everything. Like,
he's like, yeah, no.
They're like, yeah, like, we'll bend the rules for you. Like, you actually are like pretty much the president,
all powerful, all the almighty Drake. Like, Jesus Christ.
And also another thing that happened while I was gone was the Super Bowl. Speaking of Rihanna,
here we go.
I know you went. How did you feel about it? Because you went to a Super Bowl party.
Yeah. I didn't go. The party was great.
I was just not feeling it. But
I have to say though, the guys at the party were freaking assholes, because like the entire game, none of the girls said a word. We were like in the kitchen minding our business. They're watching the game.
All we wanted. The game?
I mean, I was, because I wanted Kansas City to win, and they did, and I was super happy. But like, I was helping Alicia cook, right? So like, I was kind of watching from the kitchen, and then when all we wanted was to watch the halftime show in peace. They would not shut the frack up. Like the whole.
Really?
It got to the
party going on at the same time.
Bro,
that's annoying though.
I almost threw a shoe at one of the guys, because I was like, why are you
this
still
is
talking?
our Super Bowl. Like, you guys watched the game and we watched the show.
The only reason the girls were even there was to watch. The only reason the guys got to come was because their girlfriends wanted to watch the show. That's it. None of them would shut the fuck up. Personally, I mean, the whole time I was just like questioning if she was pregnant, because I was like, she looks hella pregnant.
I was texting Diana and I was just like, why does she look like that?
But then afterwards, when I realized that she really was pregnant, I was like, okay, it makes sense why it was so tame. Like, because she's usually a pretty crazy performer. So I was like, okay, like, that makes sense. I just was happy that she was on stage again, to be honest. Like, I know. Oh, God.
Hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it so much. So she actually had like an Apple Music interview days before the show. And I was looking at her, and Rihanna's my favorite artist, like, ever. Before Rihanna, it was Beyonce and like Aaliyah. I love Rihanna so much. She's my favorite artist. I've seen her perform honestly at concerts. Not the best. Like, she's not a great vocalist. She's not the best dancer, but she can perform. And when I saw her on the interview, she kind of looked like thick, and I was like, okay, Rihanna's looked thick even before having a baby. So like, she had a baby in like May, so that's fine. In the back of my head, and I'm not even a crazy Beyonce fan, but I don't know why I was comparing her to Beyonce, and I'm like, Beyonce would never go on stage like not being her best shape, conditioning, like. I was just like, I don't know if Rihanna's gonna have the stamina to like even do this. This girl hasn't performed in like 7 years. Like, this is the big show. And then I see her on the stage, and honestly, like, the stage, the dancers, they looked really good. Like, I thought it looked very good, and they used like up the stage very nicely. But at the end of the day, the background dancers are background dancers, and I was staring at Rihanna the whole time. So I was just like, first of all, why do you look like you're pregnant? That's the first thing.
Because she is.
And then I was just like, and why aren't you moving? I've seen this girl dance.
Okay, but to be fair, we don't know the conditions of her pregnancy. What if she has a high-risk pregnancy this time and she had already said yes to the contract? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. You can't be...
But my argument is, when you say yes to doing the Super Bowl, you know you're pregnant.
Yeah, but okay,
unless she didn't know she
that's
was
what I was
pregnant.
gonna say. Like, how do you know she didn't? She probably didn't know before when she said yes, and then after that, the contract is signed.
And then I'll let that be. But I was just so disappointed. Like, I haven't seen this girl on stage for 7 years, and then when I do see it, like, the music was great. The playlist was awesome. Like, Rihanna has a hit after hit after hit.
The interpreter.
She was awesome.
She was literally
really
like,
too.
I was like, okay, so it's her show. We're just here for her.
Lit. It was a party. I wish I was there. I'm sure I would have enjoyed it more. But like during the whole show, I was with my boyfriend and his brother, and I was like, I looked so annoyed. I was so disappointed.
But what did you want her to do? A backflip off the stage. You wanted her to do one of those spinnies on the belly, so like she's just spinning and her belly's on the ground. Like, what exactly is it you want?
I did not know, obviously, at the time that she was pregnant. So I was just like, why isn't she moving? Like, this is this is lazy, or I just had to put myself, and like now, because while the performance was happening, I was pissed. I was actually pissed. And I was just like,
Stacey was already getting her laptop ready. She was writing a letter to the NFL. Like,
after the fact, I'm like, you know what? Rihanna's so successful, and she's one of those artists that like doesn't give a shit. Like, she's very chill, and she's probably like, I'm pregnant, like I'm gonna make the best of the situation. Like, there's probably never been someone on stage pregnant at the Super Bowl. So like, she's probably like, this is awesome footage to document my second pregnancy. Like, my son or daughter is going to see this, and like they were there with me on stage. She went all the way high up. Like, at the end, she sang Diamonds, and she was like so high up, and she didn't look like she was scared at all. So I felt like, as a pregnant woman, absolutely, I think she had a really good performance, but I just wanted to like shut everyone up, all the non-Rihanna fans, all the haters, to say like she's the best. Like, last year, it was Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Eminem, Mary J. Blige. And I was so happy. Like, every time someone came out, I was just like getting more and more hype. I felt like I was kind of just like watching, and like, yeah, I like the songs, but there was nothing, like, no spark to it, you know?
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that.
And I was just like, is Drake gonna come out? Which obviously Drake is not gonna come out.
I also thought she was gonna have a guest, but I guess her guest was the baby.
Bro. Yeah, and that's the thing, I guess so. And then she had her little Fenty moment where she put a little makeup on and whatever. Like, she looked cute, and I think she did a good job for being pregnant and like just having everyone celebrate. I just wanted like her 2016 VMA performance, because she's killed it before, and I was expecting 2016 Rihanna.
2016
in 2023.
Rihanna.
She's different. She wasn't even a billionaire at the time.
2016, everyone is not the same person we are in 2023. I don't even have the same stamina now that I had in 2016.
Like, I see. So there was the Dr. Dre one. There was Beyonce with Bruno Mars. There was J-Lo and Shakira. Like, this is what I'm comparing it to.
Okay, J-Lo and Shakira.
Like, high energy.
I don't even understand why they were together, because I'm pretty sure I saw a thing that J-Lo was pissed.
Yeah. And like, Rihanna, to have your own show, like, this is a while since someone has had their own show. And she disappointed me. But much love to Rihanna. I love her.
You know what? I hope one day she sees you talking shit about her.
Listen, I love her. You're disrespectful. I'm not going to make excuses for my fave. So it is what it is.
I would make excuses.
And I really hope, I was listening to Charlemagne. He was just like, okay, like, since Jay-Z has been on the board, he's kind of like blackened up the Super Bowl. So we kind of have to give it back to like the white people, maybe like a Taylor Swift next year, 2024. But 2025 or 6, because he was saying how it might be in like Louisiana or something, to have Drake and Lil Wayne, like Young Money.
Oh yeah, in Louisiana would be like that would be epic.
So Nicki Minaj, Tyga sure can say one line, and like,
fucking dying. Not Tyga with the one
I
line.
would die if they did.
Speaking
Drake.
of Tyga, did you see that he's apparently dating Avril Lavigne?
I saw that,
and I was like, what?
And someone's dating Kendall Jenner?
Oh, Bad Bunny. Yeah, I was like, okay, like,
what is happening to this world?
You know what? They've all circled around so many times. They got to try.
That's the thing. Honestly, like, celebrities remind me of high school. The way these girls, white girls in particular, because I went to a prominently white school, the way they would exchange boyfriends.
Yeah, like, what the
And they were all friends. And you're exchanging boyfriends like this?
Weird.
Hilarious. But yeah, I saw that too. I mean, shout out to Canada, you know?
I mean, I love Avril Lavigne. I loved her when we
like
were young.
Tyga,
I just think it's a really weird combo.
The Nickelback guy. Weren't they married?
I thought she was married to the guy from Simple Plan.
No, she was married to the guy from Nickelback.
I don't know who the fuck she's married to. I'm just talking bear shit. I don't know shit.
Diana actually worked with her younger sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was saying how like they weren't really close because she's really... Avril Lavigne has been a celebrity popular since I was in elementary school.
Yeah, so you know when we used to live in Finland?
Yeah.
Remember Nick that lived across where Caitlyn moved into? Across from Tiff?
No.
On the corner house?
No.
Okay.
I just remember that girl...
With the red hair, the big Katie girl.
I just remember Muhammad and Ali, and then beside her was the girl with the red
Jocelyn.
Pontiac Sunfire. I wanted that car so bad when I was young.
That's how you know you grew up in the 90s. You're like, ooh, a Pontiac Sunfire.
Like, that was like my dream car at one point.
My God. Move out the way. I'm in my Pontiac Sunfire. I want it flaming red, too. Like,
mess.
That's like the most. I feel like that's the
Your dream car was like Cadillac Escalade for so long, and my dream car for the longest time was a freaking Chrysler 300. Like, I'm actually ghetto. I'm basic as hell. Like, I'm old at heart. Like, don't old white people just drive that car?
I don't know who drives that car.
I met like my Persian friend in university first year, and she was like, my dream car is an Audi R8. Never had heard of Audis.
You never heard of Audi?
At the time, no. In 2010, no, I did not. And now I know so much about cars, and that's actually my boyfriend's favorite car.
My dad is like really into cars. Like, he loves luxury cars. Mm-hmm. And I remember this is the stupidest thing I remember from my from being a kid. I remember one time my dad and I were driving in downtown Montreal, and he used to have a convertible, and he was like oh, we were getting a new car that day, so we were switching the cars, whatever. If we get the new car, we sit in the car, and he goes, if anyone asks you, you tell them your daddy drives an Infiniti Q7. I was like, okay, Dad, I'll tell everyone. I'm like 8 years old. I'm like, my daddy drives an Infiniti Q7. What's an Infiniti Q7? Don't fucking know. Can't tell you. I don't even know if it's actually, I don't even remember if that's actually what the name of the car was, but, and he used to tell me that all the time. I was so proud. Out here just.
No, Infiniti is up there for sure.
Yeah. I would love a Cadillac Escalade, but it's huge and like I can't.
You already have, first of all, you have a red Cadillac.
But it's not an Escalade.
No, but still, like, you're in that lane.
First of all, my Cadillac is old as shit. So let's not tell people and the Cadillac was a gift. I didn't buy it.
That's even better. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's awesome. I wish someone would buy me a car. I mean, shit, you've had like 2 different people buy you a car, mom and someone else. Yeah. Like you. I had to pay for my stuff. And actually, you know what? I did. I paid for it, and then things happened. And actually, because we have like 15 minutes left, I want to talk about my credit score quickly because I'm really freaking pissed off right now.
All right, go off, sis. Go off. Go on.
I've not done the best with my finances. There was a time where I would only pay my Kudo bill after like they were threatening to cut off my phone. Like, that's when I knew I have to pay.
You're like, ooh, shit, maybe I should send the money now. Ooh, okay, yeah.
Like, and mom used to, throughout my life, mom, like, you know, she's not the best financially literate person, but she would tell me things like, you need to pay your bills on time. And I didn't know that, like, that's a huge criteria for, like, the credit bureau when they determine your credit score. Like, that's like a 30% of the pie of what they, the criteria. So I've been documenting my credit score for like since 2018. Like, it's in my notes because I had this like subscription, and like every month they would send my score. So then last year in November, I was doing like I started 2 years ago doing like just the annual free credit score, and so I did it again last year in November, and I had a score. Let's just say I'm dying. 800, because that's like really high. Let's say I had 800. And I was like really happy about it. Like I'm killing it, especially because last year, this time, like I was in so much debt. Like I paid extra for my car. Like I basically got my car for like 20K when it was 10K. Like 10K was the price on the car. And like the insurance guy, the finance guy, like finessed me and he got me to get a bunch of warranties. And I ended up getting it for 20K. And I was just like, whatever, it is what it is. Like, I'm just gonna have to learn the hard way. So I was paying it off, but then something happened to my car and I ended up getting a settlement for 15K. So I was very happy because I was able to pay my car off. Obviously, like this happened like 2 years after I got my car, so I had put in like a good like 8K or something of payments. So I was able to pay my car off and get some money on the side too. It was great. Like honestly, it happened at the best time because used cars were going for more than what you bought them for. Yeah. Like I was very lucky. Mm-hmm. So I had that. I paid off my car, which I would think is a good thing. And then on top of that, I had crazy credit card debt. So I consolidated my credit card debt, and by November, I had paid off my credit card debt. So that's two debts that I paid off. And in November, I had my 800 score, and I was really happy about it. My boyfriend today was like, oh, like, I just want to, he got like an email about like free credit score or whatever. So he went and he's like, I'm just going to check it again. So he went up by like a few points. And it if you know anything about credit score, it takes so long to go up, but so easy to fall back down,
bro.
Like drastically. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to check my score too. I go and check my score and I was 30 points down. And I was literally like, how is this possible? I don't understand. Like, I paid off my car.
You pay your bills on time?
I pay all my bills are on pre-authorized payments.
Oh, okay.
And like, I didn't have a credit card at the time because that was one of the terms for consolidating my debt. So like, I literally had nothing on my record, which sometimes one of the criteria for your credit score is like having mixed debt. Like they want you to have debt, but they just want you to pay it on time, use up like a fraction of the limit and whatever. So I'm like, literally I like an A++. Like there's no reason why I should go down. So I was pissed, and then I called them and they were just like, yeah, like I can't tell you exactly why it happened, but I can tell you reasons why it would happen. But it wasn't personal to me. But when they were telling me the reasons, I was just like, none of these reasons relate to me. This has nothing to do with me. Like, what the hell happened? So basically, I'm trying to figure out why it went down because I am so pissed. I've been working so hard on my freaking finances, and things like this will really like discourage you to like do the right thing and like get your finances clean. And I am like pretty much squeaky clean at this point. I know that your credit score, like, the inquiries kind of follow you for like 7 years. So like if you have like bad things on there, it will follow you for 7 years, and then after 7 years it will like drop off. But like my thing is pretty clean, and I'm just confused how in November I had such a high score.
If there's any financial people listening to this, can you DM her and give her some...
If you work for Equifax, if you work for TransUnion, I need your help because like I am so fucking pissed right now.
Yeah, the rest of us are tired of listening to this, so if y'all can just DM her and tell her whatever information you have.
The only good thing about this today was, like we said a few podcasts ago, it's March 1st, and if you get paid on Wednesdays, you already know it's a 3-pay month. And if you get paid on Thursdays as well, and on Fridays, so we got everyone basically. So
if you get paid this week, because Mom gets paid next week, so.
Yeah, she's missing out on that one, but I'm sure she gets a 3. Like they're just different.
But they're not relevant to us, so we don't care. But yeah.
But I was very, very upset about it.
So are you done your rant? You good now? You got it off your chest?
Yeah, we have 7 minutes left.
She's gotten it off her chest, so that's good. I'm almost done paying my debts, so I'm really happy about that. Yeah, didn't you get a big paycheck? Yeah, I my work was underpaying me for like a year, so I just got my back pay, and so. The first thing I did this morning was pay all the bills, and then I was like, ooh, let me go pay off some of my debts, But then I exceeded my spending limit for the day, so I couldn't pay them all today. I was like literally on the phone with the credit place, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to send it, but it's not going through. And he's like, oh, okay, well, like,
as you can see on the app, it says here that you've.
And then I look at the top, and it's like, yeah, your available balance is like $700. Like, you can't. And I was like, can I send you half now? They're like, just send it tomorrow. I was like, oh yeah, right. I'll call you guys back tomorrow.
I'm very proud of you for spending, because most people, if they were to get like a lump sum of money, especially if you were younger,
Bro, it takes
you would be like,
everything
ooh,
in me not to.
time to go on a trip, time to go on a shopping spree. Like, no, you need to handle your business.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie, I did put some of that money away for I'm going to
and
Vegas
as you
in
should.
May,
This is money that you actually earned that they just haven't been paying you. But
yeah,
like,
I got taxed. Oh my.
Yeah, they'll tax you on that. They'll tax you hard.
Honestly, I almost cried when I saw the taxes. I was like,
but like it'll come back
when?
During tax.
No, it won't.
Everyone, don't forget to do your taxes. It is tax.
Oh shit, I gotta do it.
It is tax season, so I'm definitely gonna do that. And like, cause I did Uber Eats.
Yeah, I don't get any money back anymore. Like,
have you ever owed money?
Once I owed $32.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Like, but it was never like, I know I'm getting deducted more than enough for taxes. I'm not concerned about my taxes. Trust me. I know they're taking that shit. Like, I see the chunk that comes out of my paycheck because I see that shit. So I'm not concerned about that. I miss the days when I made less money so I could get big, like, tax refunds, but
I miss the days when I was in school.
Honestly, like, sometimes, like, I'm just like, I wish I lived in Texas and I could keep my gross pay.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, I guess they just pay a lot of property taxes, but like, yeah, they don't really pay, like, well, you know, like in the States, they don't have like universal healthcare. Mm-hmm. Like, we're more like a socialist country, I guess, because we
care about our people.
Yeah. The States is like, bro, if you can't afford healthcare, figure it out. I guess here's a Tylenol and a bottle of water and be on your way.
Like, because I had a dentist appointment last week, and we all know how expensive the dentist can be if you don't have insurance. And I'm so glad I have insurance.
Yeah, I mean, our dentist doesn't do direct billing, but it's better than...
What does that mean?
It just means, like, you pay the full balance and they reimburse you.
Is that... No. Well, not for me. I don't know if I got grandfathered...
We go to the same
I know, but I don't know if I got grandfathered in because I came before you did, because I literally started going there when they opened. But my bill... I saw a total and then I paid a lower total because I have insurance.
Never happened to me.
That's always happens to me.
Not only has that never happened to me, but it's also to the point that like, when I go now, they're like, the insurance that you have, like the employer like insurance, like we have to make you pay upfront. And then I get it back in 24 hours, so it's whatever.
Well, I only have that if it's like the root canal where I went to a specialist. I had to pay up front, and then they gave me...
I freaking wish. What the heck? We go to the...
I know.
I'm gonna tell Julie. I'm like, Julie, what the hell?
So I'm blessed. Also, don't forget to check us out on Instagram, TikTok. I've been on TikTok, on YouTube. Download our episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts because the download is very important. And if you guys can rate us, you know, put a little blurb.
Just give us 5 stars. Think. Don't be haters.
Just 5 stars it like you do for your Uber, even though they talk to you because you're being nice. Like, just give us the 5 stars. Like our YouTube video. Comment if you want to. I see you, Diana. I see you, Luigi. Thank you very much for the
Shout out to Luigi and Diana.
And shout out to everyone that comments because... Yeah,
shout out to everyone who reposts our freaking...
You know what?
Too.
It's like, I've seen a lot of people on social media advertise their business, and like, I've not necessarily shared their things.
I do.
Okay.
I share my friends'
And
stuff.
now that we have our own thing going on, like, that's when you realize, like, the only way you can really get support is if the people that know, like, it starts with the people that know you, obviously.
Yeah, so people who know us, stop being freaking haters. Download it.
But I understand, too, because I am infamous for, like, being in a group chat, not saying a word, being on Instagram and never liking a post, never commenting on anything. So I get it, though. I get it. You're just trying to save your little energy. That's fine. But if you could just double tap.
That would be great.
All you gotta do is tap. I know you have the phone in your hands right now.
You know what? You sound like the freaking Everest commercials. I know you're sitting on the couch right now. You ain't doing nothing. Like, you literally sound like those old freaking Everest commercials.
Listen, I know we're in your ears right now. Just go into the app and put 5 stars. That's all we ask, and download.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost any money. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys hopefully next time. Bye.
Bye.